So welcome back. Basically I've been busy between episodes. I've built a wall, I've built these pathways, so I'm just going to let you know what I'm planning on doing today. I want to finish up the wall, making it look aged but survive. I want it looking like it's the only surviving decent looking thing that's remnants of previous pasts. I'm going to put in some pathways today, connecting everything and outlining where I want to work. So here's the overview. I want the docks to kind of remain new looking in a way that it's only just been recently built, because this little packed dirt here, I want it to be complete rubble to where like the end wall bit, I want it looking like it's this docks is between where there used to be a wall, but they've just built around it and decided just to keep this wall here because it's working. There is a rooftop where you can walk on. I haven't finished the insides and there isn't ladders to get up there, but I will do that in a future episode. As you can see, there's kind of square blocks where it's kind of divided here. I am going to build like another little building, maybe like a blacksmithery, I don't know, something in keeping with the whole area. There will be more paths, more than just stone paths, but yeah. I've added crates to the docks, barrels, fishing baskets, and braziers. I'm just really happy about it because here it's going to be more crumbling wall, but I've just run out of materials. I just love the layout I've done for this so far. It's starting to come together. It's starting to look a bit more whole. There will be more buildings on the islands, but there are just some things I want to get done before the snow comes. So let's get to it. I got plenty of soil and stones to do this. I'm using a stone path variance, is the reason why I got the granite path blocks and the pearl white as different shades. I'm going to try something a little bit new here, so let's start off. Confession. I led these people here, down to these hellish depths, gave them up to darkness and starvation like lambs to the altar. And for what? This monstrous creation? I fear to recognise it as my child. The common people look upon it as though it was salvation, as though it were God itself, and they see me as the Messiah. I walk amongst their halls and shelters, and I shudder at what remains of humanity. They dwell in filth and hunger. Civil services have collapsed under the long, unbearable weight of the endeavour. These men and women have no means of rubbish disposal. Many of them have already been stricken by rot. If any other soul should wander through their dwellings, they would tear them apart from the ligaments in search of food. And yet, they by some power withstand their hunger when they gaze upon me. They weep for joy and offer me what meagre supplies they have. Oh God, please help me. I am still your faithful servant. The Glimmershield Castle. Nestled in the heart of the kingdom, there stood a grand castle known as Glimmershield. It was a marvel to behold, with its imposing square shape surrounded by a deep moat and guarded by 4 mighty towers, each standing tall and proud in its own right. The Whitecliffe family, a powerful and influential clan, were the lords of Glimmershield during the early centuries. The castle was the envy of all who laid eyes upon it, a true testament to their wealth, power, and prestige. The castle walls were adorned with sculptures and paintings, each one more exquisite than the last. In the library, a vast collection of books filled every shelf, a treasure trove of knowledge that the family had acquired through their many journeys and dealings. But the Whitecliffe family were not just wealthy, they were also powerful. Within the castle's armoury, weapons and armour were stored, enough to equip an entire army of 200 soldiers. The Whitecliffe family was a force to be reckoned with, and they knew it. Outside the walls of the castle, the Whitecliffe family's land stretched far and wide, and it was a sight to behold. Large orchids and gardens could be seen in all directions, carefully tended to, by the family servants and labourers. It was a symbol of their power, a testament to their rule over the land. However, as all great things, Glimmershield's glory eventually came to an end. After the death of Earl Edmund Wycliffe, the castle sat empty for many years, falling into disrepair as the family struggled to maintain their power and influence. Reflection. I am not the reflective type. I was taught from a young age that life is better treated as a task. There is work to be done, so do it and do not complain. Thinking seemed like a luxury. I still follow that creed, but I have, in my time, come to see the power of thought. Thought has lifted me out of despairing poverty. Thought has given my village the strength to survive the harsher seasons. Thought has seen my people raise their voices in hope for the first time in years. I am speaking, of course, of him, my friend and companion, Jonas Flax. Our task here will be done in some few days. I wish to make record of the events that have transpired until this point. I do not know if any will live to read this, but I cannot leave it be, and madness compels me to write, though I am no learned master. This task would be better set for Jonas, but he is in no condition to complete it. I digress. Allow me to start from the beginning, and forgive my shortcomings. I stole into the Folks' estate once. As a young man, I had intended to bring home a few pounds of oil wheat, and perhaps a handful of coins. I dared not take too much. The old Lord Flax mostly ignored our village in the shadow of his fiefdom, but he was harsh, stringent man who would not suffer the insult of a robbery. Nevertheless, I intended to rob him. It was here in the shade of night that I come upon him, the Lord's son Jonas, stumbling in the dark towards the library. In truth, I presumed myself dead when he discovered me. No harm came to me, however. The boy was also seeking to avoid his father's cruelty, and in me he saw an ally. I knew the forest and paths around this land, as well as the quiet places. In time, I would show them to him. My trespassing onto the estate became a common occurrence. I would teach him about the land and the Arrowhead's life, and in return, he offered me lessons in writing, art, and the natural philosophies. This arrangement continued in secrecy until the day the old Flax died, and I was able to walk through the front door as an honoured guest. In the same manner, Jonas was welcome and honoured when he came to my village. We were fast friends, brothers. We were prepared for the oncoming storm. Together, we rode for the university. Jonas, up to this point, had been the subject of much talk throughout high society. Those who have met him regarded him as something of a prodigy, a scientific genius, coupled with his newly inherited lordship. He was expected to do great things. He enrolled at Claydon Hill to fulfill that potential. Seeking to make my own impact on his country, I accompanied him as a fellow. Jonas made great progress here. In a scant few years, he was held in high prestige amongst the peerage and consulted for many natural and philosophical concerns. He found himself a great propensity for invention, producing many valuable tools to ease the toils of the common folk. For this, I was very grateful. For my own part, I had failed in irritable fashion to ignite any kind of social upheaval. The nobles of the university would pay me no mind, short of glares and outright threats. The workmen, drivers, and cooks treated my words as a fearful poison. Only Jonas would ever listen to my hopes for a peaceful, equitable world free of the chains of serfdom. At times, I suspected he simply humoured me, but now I know better. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that. So back to where we are. I've just finished up this part. I think I've done alright. Kinda in keeping. I've used up the rest of the blocks, so there's that. Yeah, so I think that is it for now. It's gonna snow soon. Yeah, so I'm done. The snow has come and I am done with winter. I'm not staying here for it. I'm going south. I've just had enough. I'm not dealing with winter, the cold. I don't know how far south I'm gonna go, but I'm going on my journey and you can come with me if you like. I'm going to continue on southwards. I don't know how far I'm going to go, but I want some new biomes. I want heat waves in winter. So catch you later.